Hi, my name is Christian, ID number 2006-11306, and today we're going to talk about cash flow. In layman terms, cash flow is the sum of income and expenses of a company on a set period of time. While this in itself is a good measurement of how the company is doing financially, we are going to need another set of parameters to help us go through this example. Ratio of investment. It is the ratio of the money we gained or lost in contrast to the money we invested in a project. Net present value. It is the sum of all values translated into present time. To make this conversion, you need to take into account the time value of money. Liquidity is the measurement of how much cash a company has to answer to common debt responsibilities. While a company might be getting profit, it does not necessarily mean that it has liquidity. Lastly, the growth is a parameter that helps us see how the financial outlook of a company is during a set period of time. Note: for the calculations of this particular example, we used Excel, since the purpose of this video is not showing how to do them by hand. Before going forward with the example, we must gather all the necessary information to make the cash flow. In the first table, we have all the expenses related to the initial investment. This initial investment consists of all the expenses that are related with the funding of the company, and as such are a one-time only deal. Next, we have all the fixed expenses or outgoing cash flow. These are the expenses that are incurred in a monthly basis and are completely independent of the demand for our services. Now we deal with the variable expenses. In this particular kind of outgoing cash flow, the spent amount is completely related to the number of clients served. For the purpose of this example, we are going to use the average spent by each client in one session. In the left table, we show you the forecast of the number of clients expected each month during a 2-year period, while on the right table we show you the established average service fee and the discount rate used to calculate the time value of money of this particular investment. In this table we have several columns. The first two are the outgoing cash flow, both fixed and variable. On the third we have the incoming cash flow. On the last column we have the net flow, which is nothing more than the sum of the positive incoming flow and the negative outgoing flow. Lastly, we show you the final calculations done by Excel. The net present value amounts to 92,501 with 25 cents. The equivalent annual cost amounts to 4,557 with 93 cents. Lastly, we have the rate of income or rate of return, which sits at a lowly 1.33%. We have three particular points of conclusion. First, since the MVP is really low, we are not really sure if we should invest in this company. Secondly, since the EAC is actually pretty low too, this reinforces the fact that we told you on the MPV. This company is not a surefire for an investment. And lastly, the ROI, while giving us a somewhat positive look about the future of the company, is not enough to tell us if this is going to be true or false in the long run. As we can see, the cash flow can be a really useful tool coupled with some other parameters to determine if it's worth investing your money in a company or a project.